Viku running free in the Bear secondary, inside the 15, the 10, the 5, and it'll be first and goal at the 3. Turning on the afterburners, crosses the 40, 45, 50, on to the Panthers side of the field. Picked off right there by number 10, and that's Wells. A free run to the end zone, touchdown Hampton.
Friday Night Under the Lights is sponsored by A.J. Doman, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Discover the difference at the foot of the Morgan City Bridge in Berwick. A.J. Doman Chevrolet, the dealership that works for you. Stop by for a test drive. Highway 182 in Berwick. Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. Here to restore the quality of life you deserve. Brashear Avenue in Morgan City. Cardiovascular Institute of the South, 1231 David Drive in Morgan City. Commitment to quality cardiovascular care through unparalleled expertise. Taco Bell. Visit your local Morgan City or Bayou Vista restaurants. And delivery now available with DoorDash. Taco Bell invites you to live Moss. Guaranteed Title. Tell your home lender you want guaranteed title for your closing. When making the biggest purchase of your life, experience matters. Shaw Bills, proud supporter of local high schools in St. Mary and surrounding areas. We keep you rolling. Sheriff Blaze Smith, committed to maintaining excellence in law enforcement through courtesy, professionalism, honor, and respect. GJCurbside.com, your complete online grocery store, including local and regional products. From our curb to yours, GJ Curbside. Coastline Wealth Group, more than financial planning, a partner who takes pride in helping you succeed. Coastline Wealth Group, life well planned. Conrad Shipyard, serving St. Mary Parish and the marine industry since 1948. Conrad wishes all our area teams good luck this season. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Visit one of our locations in Bayou Vista, Morgan City, and Amelia today. Stansbury and Associates, marine surveyors and consultants, offering a full range of services for recreational, commercial, and fishing vessels. Pelican Companies of America, your one-stop spot for all your rental needs. 985-312-5509. Vita Paint and Supply, specializing in interior and exterior house paint with great customer service. Allen's Communications, locally owned TV, cable, internet, and telephone service. Call 384-8335.
And welcome to another night of Friday Night Under the Lights. Patterson taking on E.D. White, one of the top matchups across the state for District 3. Both teams come in having some good years so far and like to continue it here today.
Patterson comes into this game tonight 5-1. E.D. White coming into the game 4-0. It's going to be a great district game tonight.
E.D. White has won the toss, deferred to the second half. Patterson will start off with the football, and look, both strengths, E.D. White's strength is their defense, and Patterson would like to get it going offensively.
Well, Patterson comes in tonight with the wins against West St. Mary, Franklin, Central Catholic, Morgan City, and Berwick. Their only blemish on their record is against Amite a few weeks ago. E.D. White, meanwhile, comes in with 4 wins over Assumption, South Lafourche, Ellender, and Donaldsonville. What's key to note is the game that E.D. White played against Donaldsonville last week. Donaldsonville came to town 6-0 when they ran into a buzzsaw with E.D. White. E.D. White beat them 41-0. But it's a great game. Both good offensive, scores a lot of points. Patterson averages about 29, 30 points a game. E.D. White likes to control the ball on offense and run that wing T. They're going to look to keep Patterson off the field, and I'm sure that Coach Lockhart for Patterson is looking to do the same thing.
Well, like all games, it's going to come down to who controls the line of scrimmage. E.D. White thinks it's their strength, but Patterson's got some big guys on the front also, so only one way to solve it, and that's out on the field, and we're about to get this game underway. Officials try to get everybody lined up. The crowd continues to pile in, and a lot of folks from Thibodaux have come to Patterson to see this ball game tonight.
Can you hear me? Can you hear it now?
on Patterson's offense. This is going to be an offense that has some key players on it. Junior quarterback number 6, Kalen Davis. Davis likes to throw the ball sometimes. He's 79 of 120 for 1,238 yards and 9 TDs on the season. Another couple of key players to watch for the Lumberjacks is senior number 3, Kyler Paul. He has 22 receptions for 461 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Howard Kitchen, number 13, 24 receptions, 408 yards, and 5 touchdowns on the season.
Paul and Hilliard back deep for Patterson. Ethan Lee set to kick it off for E.D. White. And this game is underway from the Sugar Dome. Hilliard runs it down to the sideline. This ball kicked into the end zone. What a leg by Lee. And that'll set up the Patterson Lumberjacks. You know, a Patterson team that came out early in the year thinking they're going to be a throwing team has established a running game.
Right. I mean, they've had some surprises. Hilliard's come out at times, and he's run the ball real well for Patterson. They started moving the ball and everything. So I'm thinking they would love to be able to establish the run tonight.
You know, one thing about Hilliard in the backfield, Mark Hilliard, a strong runner. As the game progresses, gets even stronger. And now the head official comes to the sideline, talk to the coach.
This is going to be a great matchup tonight, this Patterson High School offensive line against this big E.D. White defensive line. Look for a key player on defense for E.D. White is Como, which is a linebacker for E.D. White. He's been having great games every week, and he is the leader of the defense for the Cardinals.
Yeah, it appears they're going to keep the time on the field. You know, it's our second game in a row that we've had some clock issues. Hopefully we can get that sorted out, but in the meantime, the back judge will keep the time, and we'll get this game underway. First down and 10. Davis straight to Hilliard. They'll start trying to establish the run game, off tackle for a gain of 3. And that's exactly what Patterson needs to do. They got to remain patient. It's not going to be a big play after big play. They'll have to earn what they get here today.
That's right. What they'd like to do is exactly what E.D. White likes to do every week. They want to establish control of the football, keep their offense on the field, and they are happy with 3, 4, and 5 yards each down.
Jacks will spread them out. 4 receivers set, led by Kalen Davis, the 5'11 junior. Very impressed watching him early on in the year. And here comes Mark Hilliard. That's what he does best. Cross the 35. Move the chains. Every E.D. White defender's there and having trouble getting him down.
Boy, I tell you what, that's exactly what you'd like to see if you're the Lumberjacks. If you're a Lumberjack fan, that's exactly what you like to see, that kind of running hard by Hilliard. Also, did you see all the offensive linemen all helping get that pushing everything down the field and kept his feet moving? Hilliard ran right past number 14. That was Como, the big linebacker in the middle. Come up the middle trying to make the stop, but Hilliard was able to scramble around from him and make that play. Great game for the Lumberjacks.
Exactly to start the Lumberjacks were looking for. First down at 10, just underway from the Sugar Dome. E.D. Wright covered 2, crowds the line of scrimmage. They'll go right back to Hilliard. This time, not much running room. Stood up, brought down. First to get there, Jake Newchurch.
Brought down by number 14, Henry Johnson.
That'll bring up a second down and 10.
On the play. We'll bring up second and 10 for the Lumberjacks.
Good job that time by Newchurch and Como, those linebackers up. Patterson's going to just have to keep up the tempo, keep on taking shots at those guys, and keep trying to keep the pressure on them all night long. And hopefully can keep the run established.
You know, E.D. White has proved they can grind it out. We've already had them in a 7-0 victory over Assumption. So they're used to low-scoring games. They're also used to putting points on the board. So we'll see what happens today. Davis to the outside. Incomplete. Had him Looking for Cameron Davis. Just couldn't hang on to it or go incomplete.
Cameron Davis is incomplete. We'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Had a couple of players out there that time for the Lumberjacks. Also, Corson Patty, number 27, was out there. And at first I thought the ball had been thrown to him on the reception, but fell short of the receiver.
Yeah, good route, good pass. Everything was there except didn't hang on to the football. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Lumberjacks. Little confusion on the Edie White defense. 3 receivers left. Now they'll go 2 to each side. We'll need 10 yards to keep this drive alive. They'll throw to the outside, low and incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Jacks will have to punt it away.
Number 3, Kyle Paul, is incomplete. Bring up 4th down and 10 for the Lumberjacks.
If there was a positive note on that play for the Jacks that time, Boo, is the receiver on this side was open to make that completion. It was just thrown low. That's 2 plays in a row that's been thrown short of the receiver for the Lumberjacks.
Patterson keeps their offense on the field. We've seen the quick kick executed a lot this year. We'll see if that's what it's about now. Edie White will call a timeout. There's a timeout on the field. Both teams will come to the sideline to talk it out. We're just underway here from the Sugar Dome, one of the top games in the state between Edie White Cardinals and the Patterson Lumberjacks. I'd like to welcome in our YouTube audience. It's been the greatest thing for guys that have relatives or family that they can watch from other parts of the country. We've got folks from Charlotte, North Carolina tuning in. Getting to watch Matt Broussard, wears number 76, Colin Gravois, number 26 on Edie White's sideline. There's tons of more folks. They get to call out, say, hey, you're in another state, but you can watch a local ball game. So they're anxious to get that on their big screen.
Starting field position is going to be very, very important in this game. It's going to be interesting to see where Edie White gets to start off their first drive of the night.
4th down. Here comes a pressure. The punt off the side of the foot. It'll cross midfield, take a huge Lumberjack roll. You know, if you close your eyes and just look at the end, and the results are very good, they'll have it down to the 31.
I tell you what, that ball was shanked to his left side and landed on the field not more than 10 feet from the sideline, but looked like a 15-yard roll for in the Lumberjacks' favor.
Here come the Edie White Cardinals, led by sophomore quarterback Jake Sternfels. Wing T, 4 yards in a cloud of dust. And the Cardinals are happy. They'll go power football right up the gut, and there's that 4 yards.
There's that 4 yards, and now Patterson needs to be able to stop that more at the line of scrimmage and put Edie White in 3rd long situations and everything. This is what Edie White has been doing all year. This is what they traditionally do, and they're going to live and die on that 4 and 5 yards of carry.
Yeah, assignment football is what the Lumberjacks need to stay patient. Just like on offense, got to stay patient on defense. 2nd down and 5. Early flag. They'll call offsides against the Jacks. Penalties and turnovers. Right. Every week we see them impact the ball game.
Boy, I tell you what, you get into the nitty-gritty here in the district. The cream is going to rise to the top. The good teams are going to have fewer and fewer mistakes every week. So the Jacks want to stay penalty-free as much as possible. Keep them low.
First down and 10. Cardinals' first possession of the ball game. 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Back to Diedrich. He's the power runner. Good job by the Lumberjacks holding the 3-yard gain.
Number 15, Como on the carry for Edie White, brought down by Hoops of Lumberjacks. Gain of 3.
The game is going to be won in the trenches tonight, so it's going to be very, very important for both on offensive line and the defensive lines. And so whoever's going to win that battle is going to win this game tonight.
Motion near side. Sternfeld keeps it right off the tail end of Matt Broussard, leads him in for a 4-yard gain. That'll bring up third down and short.
Sternfeld on the carry for Edie White.
You look at the size of this offensive line, and number 76, Matt Broussard, goes over 240 pounds, stand near a little 6 foot plus. And you see the Cardinals running left a lot here tonight.
Jumping on the
Flag on the play.
one of Patterson's defensive line from due to the motion that Edie White is running. Edie White will run a little fake motion, disguising that triple option a little bit, and it's causing the Lumberjacks. That's twice that the Lumberjacks have gotten offsides due to that.
Yeah, one thing about the wing T, they try to take advantage of your miscues, and penalties are part of that, or missed assignments. First down and 10. Sternfeld parks out the signals. They'll go right back to Diedrich, right up the middle. This time wrapped up and brought down. May have got one.
Good stop that time.
They'll keep pounding in the middle,
I think
trying
that
to get that.
Jaden Harvey right there on the stop for the Lumberjacks did a good job stepping up from that linebacker position.
Second down and 9. Option far side. Sternfeld keeps it himself, slips a tackle, crosses the 30, 25, and drug down at the 22-yard line.
Boy, and I tell you, that's what we saw with E.D. White at the Assumption game. Sternfeld would hand that ball off, hand that ball off, hand that ball off, and next thing you know, he kept it. And the guy's got some moves once he gets it up the field.
Yeah. 23-yard gain, an awkward tackle, but Sternfeld pops up. And he has the Cardinals on the move, first down and 10. Looked like a face mask, and there comes the flags. Got him for a loss, but had a grasp of the face mask, and that'll move the ball forward for the Cardinals. So the penalty bug has really cost the Lumberjacks on this opening drive.
That's Christopher Phillips. Great play. He made a great play and everything else, and then makes the mistake of grabbing the face mask. You got to feel bad for the guy after making such a great play. But as you say, penalties keep on hurting the Lumberjack defense at this time.
So this will move them inside the core physical therapy and sports performance red zone. Our first trip into the red zone today. And the Cardinals will have it first down and 10, just outside the 10, so theoretically can get a first down. But they're looking for more. We're halfway through the first quarter, 6 minutes to go, and the Cardinals knocking on the door. Rowe goes in motion. They'll go to Diedrich. Carrying tacklers inside the 5. He'll fall forward to the 4.
Number 15 on the carry for Edie White.
That'll bring up second down. Edie White just employing a little power football.
It's power football, trying to hit that little mesh point right on the inside. And if the defensive tackle crashes down, he's going to pull it. But that hasn't happened, and there's been that open gap right there over the left sides of the Cardinal offense, and they're going to keep on running at that until the Lumberjacks stop it.
Second down. How did he get the ball off? I don't know. He got stepped on by a lineman.
He fumbled the ball on the snap. I think it looked like his offensive lineman might have stepped on his foot when he was coming out with the snap.
Big play by the Lumberjack
Loss
defense.
of
They're
4
trying to
on the
turn the
play.
Cardinals away.
Will be
Third down.
Third down
I have to get inside the
7.
1 for first.
From the Lumberjack 7.
Big play right here coming up for the Lumberjack defense.
Cardinals yet to put it in the air. Everything on the ground. 3-step drop, throwing it to the corner. High, looked like it was intercepted, and it is. Just kind of threw it up for grabs, and the defensive back was ready for
Well,
it.
I'm telling you what, the Edie White tried to catch him by surprise on the pass, but he was ready, and that was number 9, Brooks, on the interception. Great job, because he just went up there. It looked like he grabbed it from the angle we was looking at. It looked like he grabbed it with one hand and reeled it in.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the type of pass you want right there. That ball was kind of thrown high and lazy. You give the defensive chance to adjust and make a play.
Well, you know, that's kind of Edie White's thing. They'll occasionally throw the ball, but they don't want to really have to throw the ball. If you can if Patterson can force them into passing situations and everything, you know, Patterson's happy with that.
Lumberjacks catch a break, and now they have it first down. Cameron Davis on the carry, a good gain of 8 on first down.
Cameron Davis on the carry.
Good job by Davis that time, running the ball, hitting that hole over that right side and everything, picking up nice yards on first. If Patterson can be in a situation where they have 2nd and 2 or 2nd and 3, they're going to love that all night long.
Good thing about Patterson, you can't really key on anybody. Got a lot of athletes, a lot of guys can make plays on their own. Ball split, single coverage, bottom of your screen. They'll go back to Davis. Davis hit at the line of scrimmage and brought down.
Good job that time by the Edie White defense.
Cameron Davis on the carry.
Stop by number, I think that's, I wanted to say 43.
Gain of about 1. Brought down by number 43 for Edie White.
Yeah, he's not in our program.
No, he's not. I think they said his name is
The
White.
Lumberjack 29.
Good tackle by him, linebacker for the Edie White Cardinals.
Third down and short, ball at the 29-yard line. A rapidly played first quarter. Davis calls for the football. He'll keep it himself straight up the middle. Trying to get outside, has room, has the first down and more, crosses the 45, and that'll move the chains for Patterson.
Kalen Davis on the carry.
Good job by Davis that time. That was the design run play all along.
Brought down by number 25.
With his fullback leading him over on the right side.
For a Lumberjack first down.
Pick up about 6 on the play. Good first down for the Jacks.
Marquillo checks back in. He's your lone back. North and south runner for the Jacks. He'll get the carry here. Hits the first tackler, runs him over, slides through another one, cross the 40 down to the 43-yard line. And Patterson giving a dose of their version of power football.
About 7 yards.
Oh, I'm telling you what, he really
Brought down by number 43.
really running hard over that right side. That's number 41.
42-yard line.
He's doing a good job so far, running hard. Davis, too. That's what they want to do. If they can establish this running game, that's going to be great for them.
Hilliard, 4 carries, 28 yards here in just the first quarter of play. Second down, back to passes Davis. Wheel route, looking for a receiver. He's got him. And then a big hit knocks it free. They'll call it incomplete. Momentarily, Kitchen had it. Lee comes over, lays the boom, and knocks it incomplete.
Well, I tell you that time, Kitchen ran a wonderful route, over on the left side and everything. He turned around and caught that ball. Great hands going up and putting the hands on the ball, but you got to give it up to the cornerback for E.D. White to go up and knock that ball out of his hand.
Yeah, very
Great
close
play.
to being a catch, a hit, and a fumble. You know, one of them bang plays. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Good job by that safety by E.D. White. Ethan Lee coming over and playing that ball on the right side to knock that ball down.
Here comes the pressure. Davis back, single coverage on the outside. Air mails one, incomplete.
Davis's pass.
Looked like that pass got away from him a little bit because it was way over the head of the receiver that time. So going to bring up 4th down for the Jacks. We'll see if they can pick up this 1st down.
Fourth down, the offense remains on the field. They get a hard count,
Flag on the play.
and they get the offsides. You know, you see that happen each and every week, and most of the time it doesn't work, but on rare moments, you get a freebie.
I tell you what, when things are going good for you, things are going good. This is exactly what the Lumberjacks are looking for. If you E.D. White coach, it's got to be disheartening to see yourself be in a 4th down position and then turn around and give up that 1st down.
First down and 10, Lumberjacks. 1:24 on the clock here in the 1st quarter. No score. Davis stands tall in the pocket, looking to throw down the sideline. Nobody's there. A little miscommunication between him and Kitchen. It'll fall harmlessly to the ground, bring up 2nd down.
Davis seems off a little bit with his passes tonight. He started out. He threw some of them low. He's thrown the last couple of passes well over the receiver's head and everything. We need him to get a little bit better where he's starting to hit those receivers in the hands.
Second down. Davis will keep it himself. Gets turned back inside, and there's the big-time hit and brought down for a loss. There's 43 again, along with 14.
That's White and Como on a stop by the Cardinals, and took a little bit too long for that play to develop, and the pursuit of the Cardinals linebackers just caught up to him too quick.
You bring up 3rd and 12 from the Lumberjack 45-yard line.
Inside of 30 seconds here in the 1st quarter. Patterson in no hurry. This game shaping up to be a defensive slugfest. Back to pass, Davis. Davis in the pocket, trying to scramble out. A lot of white jerseys there. Stiff arm, slips the first tackle, but there's Como again to wrap him up and bring him down for a short gain. And that is the end of the 1st quarter. Not what we expected coming in. Got ourselves a defensive struggle. We'll be back with more high school football. This is the A.J. Doman Automotive Family High School Football Game of the Week.
You're watching Friday Night Under the Lights, sponsored by A.J. Doman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, A.J. Doman Chevrolet, Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, Taco Bell, Guaranteed Title, Shaw Bills, Sheriff Blaze Smith, GJCurbside.com, Coastline Wealth Group, Conrad Shipyard, McDonald's, Stansberry and Associates, Pelican Companies of America, Allen's Communications.
And welcome back to Friday Night Under the Lights, presented by A.J. Doman and KWBJ. On the sideline, Aaron Artigo. Aaron, looks like we got ourselves a defensive struggle.
We sure do, Boo, and I want to go back to an outstanding defensive play. I was on that end line, standing under the goalpost, maybe 8 to 10 yards away from where Colin Brooks made that interception. And let me tell you, that young man got way up in the air, grabbed the ball with one hand. Not only had to make the one-handed catch, but had to come down in bounds because he was just a couple feet in front of the end line to make the interception. So it was an outstanding play that I'm sure will have a major effect on the final income of this game.
Yeah, and another effect going to have on this game is special teams play, because it's going to be a game of field position right there. Just 19 yards on the kick.
That puts Patterson in a bad situation if they're not moving the ball later in the game. And when they punt the ball, they're going to want to try to win the field position and back Edie White up.
Let's take another look at that interception that Aaron spoke about briefly. Just
if you look, Brooks sees that receiver over the left side and just follows him. He sees it coming all the way, and look how high he gets. And one hand grabs that ball, and like Keith Artigo said, is coming down inbounds with the ball. Great job by Brooks that time.
2nd down and 9.
Brought down by number 7, Ronald Kitchen.
Gain of 1, an offense designed to kind of lull you to sleep. You know,
36-yard line.
just one play and one missed assignment and turns into a big play, but so far so good for the Lumberjack defense. They'll send Grow in motion. Sternfels hands it right up the middle. Diedrich takes it for a couple.
Harvey and others on the stop that time for the Jacks. Pick up about 5 yards. They're going to want to keep that down to a minimum that time. Edie White's going to want to take this ball and march it down the field this time. What's funny about this is we expected 2 high-scoring offenses in the field, and here we are in the second quarter and no score so far.
Yeah, Patterson defensive line holding their own against a very talented Edie White offense. Pass to the outside. Looking for LaFont, goes incomplete.
And all of a sudden, we're back to 4th down again in a punting situation for the Cardinals.
You know, Patterson defense, they got to be talking. If we can keep them at 3rd down to be 4 or longer, they like their chances. Another short punt off the side of his foot. The exchange here should be in favor of the Lumberjacks.
So we had the Lumberjacks punted the ball one time, and the ball kind of shanked it and it didn't go where we wanted to be. Same thing can happen to the Cardinals on that play.
So after an 11-yard punt, the Lumberjacks will take over at their own 49-yard line. ATVCI.net scoring update in the first quarter. Central Catholic leading their arch rival Hanson 12-7. It's homecoming night for Central Catholic. First down and 10. Little miscommunication. Davis is in trouble, and down he goes. He went left, he went right, or vice versa. Neither was on the same page, and a big loss.
Definitely not on the same page, and you hate to see that because it ends up, it was not just a 3 or 4 yards loss on that play. It's a loss of 8, brings them way back all the way to the 41-yard line.
Now what the Jacks are looking for. Started off a great field position. Now they find themselves all the way at their own 41. Hilliard in motion near side. They'll swing it to him. Makes the catch. Looking for a block. Here comes a flag in the holding area.
Davis's pass complete to Hilliard. The flag on play.
Yeah, when you got 4 or 5 white jerseys, just one red jersey, and here comes a flag, that's pretty easy call.
10-yard penalty.
Yeah, that was Kitchen over on the right side for the Lumberjacks. He was doing his best to hold everybody off. He was just grabbing jerseys while he was doing it.
Correction, second. 28.
Second down and 29 for the Lumberjacks. A drive heading in the wrong direction. You know, game in the first half looking at who's going to make the first mistake.
Yeah, so far Brooks in interception he got has been the only big turning point in the game.
They'll get it to Paul. Paul trying to get away. Can't. Lee brings him down. Actually, that's number 23.
Davis's pass complete to number 3.
That's Nathan Johnson, the junior.
Johnson doing a good job coming up and playing that hard. They're trying to get it to Kyler Paul. Paul, a good runner out in the open field, trying to get him out in the open field and seeing if he could pick up some yardage so they'd have a chance for the first down. But Edie White not having it.
No, Edie White can match him speed-wise on the outside. Got some very quick players himself. Third down, very long. Cardinals rush 3. They'll run Hilliard, slips the first tackle, gets to the 35-yard line, and the Jacks will have to punt it away.
Really not a bad play that time, called by Coach Lockhart and everything else. You're third and a mile. You know, you don't want to do anything like we're talking about. You don't want to make any big mistakes and everything. So you hand off the ball, play it safe, hopefully get a good punt right here, and maybe pin Edie White back a little bit.
Yeah, looking at the execution of the punt game, you wonder when they're going to send some pressure and try to block one. This time a better punt. All the way down to the 46-yard line. Lee takes it. He'll get back to midfield, and the Cardinals will start off with some pretty good field position. 7:17 left here in the second quarter.
Lee returns it for about 6, brought down by number 9.
Good job for Brooks that time on the tackle. But you know, if you're a Lumberjack fan, you'd like to get that ball a little bit further down the field.
Here comes the Cardinals offense. They'll send Grow in motion. Inside handoff, nowhere to go. Just a slow developing play.
Looked like that ball came out, but the referee's ruling the ball down on the play. That's the first time that I've noticed that Edie White ran. It's almost like a counter. The quarterback opens up to the left side, but he makes a complete turn and hands it off to the back, coming across the field. But no gain, a good stop by the right side of that Lumberjack defense.
Second down, sweep to the outside. That's Melanson. Has running room, crossed the 40, 35, and knocked out of bounds, and a flag could add to this run. So Edie White was ready to pop a big play. Melanson does it, and then they'll benefit.
Great pressure over the left side by the Lumberjack defense, but they just outran the running back, just ran up the field too far. Running back gets open underneath him and runs down the field, and then it ends up on a bad mistake at the end of that play, hitting the running back when he's out of bounds.
Yeah, you never want to hit a running back out of bounds, but you sure don't want to hit him late on your opponent's sideline.
Right, exactly. And there's a lot of white shirts, white jerseys on that side of the field.
Edie White has moved for the second time inside the core physical therapy and sports performance red zone. First down and 10. They'll go to the big fella, and Dietrich's just
Good job right there by the Lumberjacks. Akai Keys and others on the stop. Edie White tried to run just a little lead, led by one of their backs, but Lumberjacks able to converge on it and make a stop for just a 1 yard gain.
Cardinals' second trip deep inside the Lumberjacks territory have yet to score.
Christopher Phillips and others on the stops by the Lumberjacks.
Third down, a game like today, you know, a lot of teams this close in, this 4-down territory. Edie White got a strong kicker, and 3 points could be a difference in a ball game tonight.
Yeah, this is the second time that Edie White has been deep into Patterson's territory, and you know they're going to be wanting to come off with a score this time.
Grove goes in motion. They'll run an option, pitch it to him, heads running room, crosses the first down, into the end zone, touchdown.
Good time that job by the quarterback for Edie White. Fakes the handoff, going down the line. The defensive end picks him up, and he makes the nice pitch, and nobody home for the Lumberjacks to stop him. Takes it into the end zone for the 6 points.
Powell in for the PAT. The kick is up. And the kick is good. So 4:48 to go here in the second quarter. Edie White strikes first. A 5-play, 49-yard drive capped off by a nice run by Grove. Last week, the most coveted award in KWBJ is the Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance Player of the Game. And
had a heck of a game tonight. Couple of
that
touchdowns.
award went to the outstanding Franklin
What do you think was key to winning the
player,
run the ball and
Zylan Perry. He was a quarterback. He did it all. You know, threw it, ran it.
Good job by Perry. Last week, when it really counted, he really changed the momentum of the game into the Franklin's favor and was able to take home a T-shirt.
There you look at the young man. So big third down conversion for Edie White. They take a 7-0 lead. Now the Lumberjacks, 4:48 on the clock, needs to answer. Good kick. Hilliard waits for it at his own 5-yard line, and up the field he comes. 15-20, slows him down, and they'll bring him down at the 22. Good kickoff coverage by Edie White. And here come the Lumberjacks offense.
Hilliard returns the kick about 18 yards.
Let's take it down on the sideline to Aaron. Aaron?
All right, guys, on the touchdown play for E.D. White Cardinals, the Grove actually made a beautiful run, used his good speed to turn that corner, but the touchdown started with the quarterback who had to read the defense and read the defensive player on that side. He watched him, he waited for him to commit. When he committed to make the tackle on the quarterback, he then makes a pitch at the perfect time and gives Grove the opportunity to turn the corner and score the touchdown. So Grove will get credit for the touchdown, but give a whole lot of credit also to the quarterback because he made an excellent play to get it started.
Absolutely. They'll go Davis to Davis here.
I'll tell you what, when that play happens, when that quarterback makes the read, when you up in the stands, it might look like it's in slow motion, but when you down in the trenches, everything's happening really fast.
The White defenders will bring up 2nd and 8 from the 25-yard line.
2nd down and 8. Cardinal defense awful stingy here tonight.
Patterson needs to get their passing game in check and to kind of open it up because little by little, E.D. White's starting to capitalize on that running game for Patterson, starting to get in there and stop him.
Low snap, loose in the backfield. A lot of white jerseys there. E.D. White will come away with a big turnover. Bad snap. Davis couldn't corral it, and Edie White jumps on it.
Well, I tell you what, that's that aggressive defense by Edie White. Helped him out on that play on a bad snap by the Lumberjacks. Rolled that ball down on the field, and here comes the Cardinals.
We're back in via the turnover inside the core of physical therapy and sports performance red zone. So far, we've had 3 entries into the red zone, all Cardinals. So far, they've got 1 score, turned away once, and here's their 3rd opportunity.
And this is an opportunity right here for the Cardinals to make the Lumberjacks pay for the turnover, starting the ball deep inside Patterson's territory.
Back to Diedrich, hit at the line of scrimmage, breaks free, but immediately goes down. And in between the tackles, been tough sledding for the Cardinals. Most of their damage has been on the outside.
Right. I mean, you got to give it. Patterson has stiffened up in the middle, have been making some good plays, but like you say, that off tackle and the little option that we saw, the little triple option that they ran, that's where Edie White's success has been. We'll see if they come back to it.
Stern fails their run option this time. This time he tucks it inside and scores. Great read by Sternfels, and he walks in untouched.
That time he's looking at number 13 for Patterson, comes up to make the play. This time he takes the back in the backfield, and quarterback keeps the ball and turns it up. Perfect read again by the quarterback for the Cardinals.
Powell puts the foot into it. The PA is good after the turnover. It just took 2 plays for 9 yards, and just like that, Cardinals on top 14-0. You're watching the A.J. Dolman Automotive Family High School Game of the Week.
You're watching Friday Night Under the Lights, sponsored by A.J. Doman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, A.J. Doman Chevrolet, Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, Taco Bell, Guaranteed Title, Shaw Bills, Sheriff Blaze Smith, GJCurbside.com, Coastline Wealth Group, Conrad Shipyard, McDonald's, Stansbury and Associates, Pelican Companies of America, Allen's Communications.
Booker Zappi alongside former McNeese standout Lane LaRive. And Lane, you know, we talked about penalties and turnovers, and there was 1 turnover.
I don't know about that McNeese standout part, but
Sounded good.
I'll kind of go with it. Sounds good. But, yeah, I mean, look, Patterson, they're not out of this ball game. I mean, it's still early on, but they got to be able to move the ball this time. So this is going to be an important drive for the Lumberjacks to get the ball down the field. So the ball was kicked out of bounds here by Edie White, so they're going to start off in good field position. Let's see if they can move the ball.
Yeah, so far Edie White has been able to keep the Lumberjacks off their side of the field. The one time the Lumberjacks started off at the 49, they went backwards. So they've yet to cross over midfield.
Right, so a lot of this ball game has been played on the Lumberjack side of the field.
Yeah, and Davis got a strong arm. Just 2 for 7, no yards yet here in the first half of play. So had a little success with the run, just not enough to be consistent. They'll go to Hilliard, hitting the backfield, slows him down, and that's how you get a big-time runner. You got to get him before he gets started.
I tell you what, that Cardinal defense is just they too quick and everything to try to get a slow development play to the outside. And it looks like Patterson's their snap is just getting back there a little bit slow in just a split second in time, and it's able, the Edie White defense is able to pursue and make these tackles. So Patterson needs to run the ball straight at Edie White and establish a pass and start moving the ball. But they keep falling into these second and third and long situations.
Yeah, when you got a big, strong runner like Hilliard, you know, the first guy doesn't have to tackle him. He just got to slow him down, and they got so much pursuit going right now.
Remember how we talked about at the beginning of the game, how many yards Howard Kitchen and Kyler Paul had in passing game and stuff. We need to start completing some of those passes.
Kitchen goes in motion, right back to Hilliard. Hilliard doing his part, running through tacklers and running over others. Crosses the original line of scrimmage. He'll set up a 3rd down and 8.
Good job that time by Hilliard running with authority. You knew when he got the ball and he hit the ball into the line of scrimmage, you knew that he meant business.
Yeah, when Hilliard hits you like that, there's not many times in the second half you're going to want to step up and get in his way.
You know, Hilliard is a big boy, and he can run hard. When he starts feeling confident running the ball, he can be dangerous.
2 receivers near side, 1 far side. We're at the 107 mark here in the second quarter. Good hard count. I don't see any flags, but they'll give a timeout to the Lumberjacks, called from the Lumberjacks sideline.
Timeout, Lumberjacks.
So 104 on the clock here before half. Folks are getting exactly what we thought. 2 quality ball clubs, one ranked in their division as number 3 in the state. Edie White sits in the power rankings at number 2. So these 2 ball clubs are well respected.
Well, I tell you what, after tonight and everything, this is when things start really, really clicking. There's going to be some games further down the line tonight. Lutcher and St. James, all these ball teams are really, really good. These games, all the games for the rest of the season are going to be big games for both of these teams.
So the Jacks have had some success running the ball, but they just too many penalties backing them up. Too many possessions where there's that one play where you lose 3 or 4 yards, and you got to give credit to this Edie White defense. They've come to play tonight.
Well, I tell you what, Patterson had the one handoff to Hilliard where he was stopped, thrown for a big, big loss. Then the ball was handed back for Hilliard. Hilliard meant business. He got him back in the game. And, I mean, even though this is 3rd and long, this is a 3rd and manageable situation right here, with the right play.
Third down and 8. Jacks would like to get something here, get a little momentum going into halftime. A lot of football left, 14-0.
Play 3rd and 8 from their own 37-yard line.
Edie White travels well, brought a lot of folks here to Patterson tonight. Big 3rd down for the Jacks. Here comes the pressure. Back to passes. Davis, he's going for it all. Looking for Paul on the outside. Single coverage. He brings it inside the 20 and finally knocked down at the 15.
That's the Patterson pass that we've been looking for all night. Davis was right on the money that time. Kyler Paul hits Kyler Paul in stride. Beautiful pass, beautiful catch by Kyler Paul. One more step and he would have been going all the way. Great play. And we enter the core physical therapy red zone.
47-yard pass.
45 seconds left on the clock. That was a 47-yard play. Davis hit Paul on the outside. They'll have to go with a little sense of urgency. We have 30 seconds on the clock and count. Davis calls for the football. They'll go straight keeper right up the middle. Nothing there. They'll bring him down at the 15. And that was a lot of wasted time by this Patterson offense, as now we're all the way down to 24 seconds on the clock.
Davis peaks, gain of about 2.
Coach Lockhart quickly calls timeout that night to gather up his troops, and hopefully they can get a score on the board here before halftime.
Yeah, Davis picked out the single coverage. Paul's your more speedy guy on the outside, and he had that one step. A perfectly thrown ball is hard to defend. And that was a big play for the Jacks.
We had just talked earlier about those outside threats by Kyler Paul on the right side and Kitchen over on that left side, and they can be dangerous. And when Davis puts the ball on the money and gives them a chance to catch the ball, they're going to go up and get it.
We go across the area for the ATVCI.net scoreboard. Assumption on top of Morgan City High School, 14-0 here in the first half. Central Catholic has extended their lead 18-7 over their arch rival, the Hanson Tigers. Homecoming night for Central Catholic. And Berwick started off at 3 o'clock. They took on Lutcher. They lose 48-0. Little swing pass to Hilliard. Ball on the ground. Looked like he was down. I didn't see a bean bag. I didn't see anybody say he was down.
Kalen Davis's pass complete to number 41, Mark Hilliard. There was a fumble on the play.
They keep the clock running. It'll be Patterson ball. We're at the 12-second mark, and now Patterson will call a timeout. So they hadn't run the ball the whole first half. They run that swing pass a couple of times, but just not a lot of clock to make these plays happen.
Right. No. At this point in time, when you get down this far in the field, you want to score. You got to put it towards the end zone.
Got 11.1 on the clock, so you might have enough time for 2 plays at best. You know, the field gets condensed. Edie White's going to run that cover 2. There's not a lot of lanes you can throw the football in. But Davis does have a strong arm.
I'm telling you, your playbook shrinks at this point because you don't want to run a play where you get tackled in the field of play, and the clock's going to run out to halftime. So you're looking for little quick out routes or something in the end zone.
One of these teams will be sprinting off the field at halftime with the momentum. Will it be the Edie White from a defensive stop, or will it be the Patterson Lumberjacks getting a late score here in the first half? Gunner is on your near side alongside Paul and Kitchen. To the far side is Davis and Hilliard. Kalen Davis, your quarterback, stands all alone. Look for Edie White to come with the pressure. Here comes the snap. They'll rush 5. He'll throw it deep in the corner. Picked off. No, he couldn't hang on to it. Matthew Melanson got back into the play and knocked it away.
Melanson had great position that time. He saw when Paul stopped just 1 yard into the end zone and came back and got in position to make that pick, and Lumberjacks are lucky it didn't get picked off.
Yeah, Melanson had it right in the breadbasket. Would love to have that one back. 6.4 on the clock.
Both Paul and Kitchen can really get up and elevate, and you wonder when the play's coming where he's going to get to just put it for him to reach up, and hopefully the Lumberjacks can go up and get it. I've been waiting for that to happen.
Flag from the back judge.
Delay
They'll
of
call
game.
it. Yeah, that'll back them up 5. You know, when we talked about the clock situation early in the game, it wasn't a game clock that's been effective, it's the play clock. So that clock is not functioning. They're keeping that on the field. It's a little bit tougher on the quarterback. So 50 penalties in the first half of the Jacks have really cost them so far tonight. Fourth down to play at a half. Thrown across, picked off. Running room on the near side. The clock runs to 0, and there goes Jones. Jones looking for a block, and he's brought down, and that's how the half will end. An interception, a long return, but he doesn't get points out of it, and they'll go to the dressing room up 14.
Davis was looking for Kitchen on the play and coming in the center of the field, but the safety was right there, stepped in the way and picked that ball off. And I tell you what, there was one Lumberjack defender was able to bring him down, or that would have been another 7 for the Edie White Cardinals.
The Cardinals run to the sideline with all the momentum. They're on top of the hometown Patterson Lumberjacks, 14-0. We'll be back with second half football. This is the A.J. Dolman Automotive Family High School Game of the Week.
You're watching Friday Night Under the Lights, sponsored by A.J. Doman, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Discover the difference at the foot of the Morgan City Bridge in Berwick. AJ Doman Chevrolet, the dealership that works for you. Stop by for a test drive. Highway 182 in Berwick. Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, here to restore the quality of life you deserve. Brashear Avenue in Morgan City. Cardiovascular Institute of the South, 1231 David Drive in Morgan City. Commitment to quality cardiovascular care through unparalleled expertise. Taco Bell. Visit your local Morgan City or Bayou Vista restaurants, and delivery now available with DoorDash. Taco Bell invites you to live Moss. Guaranteed Title. Tell your home lender you want guaranteed title for your closing. When making the biggest purchase of your life, experience matters. Shawbills, proud supporter of local high schools in St. Mary and surrounding areas. We keep you rolling. Sheriff Blaze Smith, committed to maintaining excellence in law enforcement through courtesy, professionalism, honor, and respect. GJCurbside.com, your complete online grocery store, including local and regional products. From our curb to yours, GJ Curbside. Coastline Wealth Group, more than financial planning, a partner who takes pride in helping you succeed. Coastline Wealth Group, life well planned. Conrad Shipyard, serving St. Mary Parish and the marine industry since 1948. Conrad wishes all our area teams good luck this season. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Visit one of our locations in Bayou Vista, Morgan City, and Amelia today. Stansbury and Associates, marine surveyors and consultants, offering a full range of services for recreational, commercial, and fishing vessels. Pelican Companies of America, your one-stop spot for all your rental needs. 985-312-5509. Vita Paint and Supply, specializing in interior and exterior house paint with great customer service. Allen's Communications, locally owned TV, cable, internet, and telephone service. Call 384-8335.
Patterson Lumberjacks 14-0. A key interception late in the first half. Didn't get points out of it, but they knew they had the football to start off the second half.
Both teams traded turnovers in that first half and everything, and you just thought that there would have been big offense. We expected big offense, but look at these stats for the first half. Edie White had 6 first downs, 89 rushing yards, no passing yards, for a total 89 yards total, 7 points off of turnovers, and penalties, 1 penalty for 5 yards. Patterson had 4 first downs, 27-yard rushes, 48 yards passing for a total of 75 yards. 2 turnovers, though. 2 turnovers for Patterson. 6 penalties for 50 yards. That's also a big one for the Lumberjacks.
Onside kick to start this second half off. The question is, did he touch it before 10? And I think he did. It was very close.
Onside kick, flag on the play.
So you know they coached him up during practice time. You got to let it go 10. And we're sitting right down the 50-yard line. Looks like he got it early.
You got to give it to the kid. Good job, but not about 9.5 yards. I think he touched that ball at the 49.5-yard line, and the referees are discussing it right now.
Wow. Not sure what the call is.
I think he waved off the flag, but he gave Edie White. He called for the ball, but Edie White ball. But is it the Lumberjack ball?
Did I miss something?
That's what we thought happened right here.
If he
And
touched
it is Edie White ball.
Seemed like if he touched it before 10 yards, there would at least be a penalty because Patterson did recover the football. But nevertheless, this is how we'll start the second half. Gravois has the ball. Good hard running off the right side. He'll have 9 on first down, and that's a good start for this Cardinal offense.
Cardinals will be looking to score early and take command of this second half right off the bat. If you notice, instead of on that inside play that we're trying in the first half, that kind of went around to the outside. So they are going to pick on the outside, both sides of the Patterson defense. Edie White scored 1 triple option to the right in the first half, 1 triple option to the left in the first half, so we'll see if they go back to it.
And that's right up the gut for a first down.
Sternfeld on the carry, picks up about 3. Brings up first down and 10 from the Lumberjack 38-yard line.
The triple option Edie White ran in the first half over to the right side for the touchdown. That one, the quarterback pitched the ball. On the second one, the quarterback kept the ball. On the other side, we'll see if they run that triple option again.
Well, very important to start your second half off on the right foot. Edie White trying to get more points. Sternfeld turns it back inside.
And that was that triple option to the right that time. The defensive end took a step up the field a little bit, gave him a little bit alley for the quarterback to keep the ball, and he made the read and made a pretty decent pickup on first down.
Edie White plays 2nd and 7 from the Lumberjack 35-yard line.
Second down. Sternfeld's under center. He's been controlling the offense for Edie White throughout the ball game. 2 receivers set, they'll stay in the wing tee. 3-step drop, they'll take a shot. High, thrown to the outside.
That's picked off.
Kendall Francois on the interception. He has it at the 20-25, looking for some open room. He has a block on the outside. Down the sideline he goes, crosses the 25. Inside the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Jacks.
Fantastic play.
There's a flag on the far side of the field.
Returns it 90 yards for a Lumberjack touchdown.
And this could be called back after an amazing
What a play.
run by Francois.
I tell you what, this play might be called back. It's called holding, blocking the back against the Lumberjacks on that interception. But I tell you what, you got to give it to Francois. He ran a long ways and made some nice moves, and and to get that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, a lot of times when you change directions, it makes it tough on your blockers. Edie White gets bailed out with the block in the back, and another penalty negates a big play for the Lumberjacks. Jacks will keep possession. That was the most exciting play that went for nothing that we've seen in a long time.
And that's the kind of play the Lumberjacks need to get back in this ball game. It could still be a momentum changer for the Lumberjacks. Something positive happened. Let's see if the offense can get cranked up and they can move the football.
First down and 10. Davis takes it off. He has it down the sideline. Turns on the speed. Foot race inside the 50. Knocked out of bounds at the 40. And that's two big back-to-back plays for the Lumberjacks.
Cameron Davis gets the ball coming over the right side. You'll see the guard and the tackle pull from the right side. They run in power. Great kick out, great block. Look at that block by number 41. That's Hilliard. Great block by Hilliard, springing him out in the open field. And a big pickup for the Lumberjacks.
Cameron Davis, just a sophomore, has 44 yards, and that'll get this crowd fired up.
Lumberjacks will play 1st and 10 from the Edie White 38-yard line.
Kind of wonder what you're going to get in the second half, and we got a fired up Lumberjack ball club. Back to Davis. This time he runs in to Braxton Como.
Como, the big linebacker, staying as team captain for Edie White Cardinals. Right in the middle of the field. When I talked to Coach, Coach said he had big, high expectations for that kid to take command of that defense. And he shows you right there what he can do.
Second down and 10.
Kitchen and Paul both on that left side, Boo. Let's see if he goes to him.
Well, play action pass. Ball tipped and incomplete. Hilliard wasn't even looking for it. Dodged the bullet right there.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm not quite sure what he was looking for over the left side. It might have been a called play all the way, but I tell you what, Hilliard was in heavy traffic right there and well covered, and Patterson's lucky that ball didn't get picked off.
Aaron Orta goes down on the sideline. We'll be going to him after this play. Big third down for the Jacks. Davis stands tall in the pocket. Single coverage. They'll take another shot to Paul on the outside.
Yes.
Contact, and he'll get the flag.
Kaden Davis's pass to Kyle Paul is incomplete.
You can tell by when Paul released up the field, he meant business. He took it up the sideline, and he was kind of covered well by the Edie White, but he had the Edie White defender had his right hand on Paul, pushing him towards the out of bounds, and that's he picked up the flag.
Aaron Orta goes down on the sideline there, and both teams go to the dressing room at halftime. You don't know what you're going to get coming out, but this Patterson offense has the Cardinals defense on their heels.
Well, not only does it have the Cardinal defense on their heels, but it's got the Patterson bench really fired up. I almost got run over on that interception. Even though it was called back, they got the ball back in the big play to get them down here and started again. So they're fired up and ready to play some good football. So very little offense in the first half. We might make up for it here in the second half.
That'll be a first down. First time a penalty has really cost the Cardinals here. Reset the downs for the Lumberjacks. They'll go back to Hilliard.
Mark Hilliard on the carry.
Tries to turn it back inside, just too
Brought down by
much
number
pursuit.
14, Como. No gain on the play. Lumberjacks will play 2nd and 10.
Hilliard taking that ball over the right side just didn't look like he, at times that kid looks like he runs the ball so hard, and other times he looks like he's running a little timid on the plays. But so coach needs to get in his ear and get him going, and because they need him.
.750 to go here in the third. Lumberjacks trying to get right back in it. They'll go to Hilliard again. Hilliard run down from behind. There's 43 again.
Mark Hilliard on the carry, brought down by number 43. Cook. No gain on the play. Third down and 10 for the Lumberjacks.
Brooker's Every alongside Lane LaRive down on the field. Aaron Artigo and our head statistician Bill McCarty reminding me today of a throwback. You know, a time where Stacy Gravois, longtime salesperson for KWBJ, used to take the rides with us to each game of the week. She's done moved on into life, and 30 years later, we're still doing the same thing. Third down and 10, and flags fly once again. Illegal substitution against the Lumberjacks.
Flag on the play. Illegal substitution against the Lumberjacks.
And again, the Lumberjacks shoot themselves in the foot and start going backwards when they was starting to get some great things happening, some momentum. And, boy, you hate to see that happen.
From the Edie White 28-yard line.
Still a big opportunity for the Lumberjacks right here. They need to get some points on the board.
Third down, they'll swing it to Paul. Paul gets tackled from behind. That'll move him to the 21-yard line. Now it's decision time for the Lumberjacks. Down 14. They're facing a 4th and 8.
Well, I tell you what, they haven't been into that Cardinal red zone very much at all tonight, and everything is you got to be thinking that they're going to go for this.
Taking a long time to get the play in. Reminds me of the current LSU ball club. 6 minutes left. Play clock inside 10 seconds. Now 5 seconds. They'll have to hurry to get this one off. Snap to Davis. Davis, ball batted away. Aiden Clements gets a paw onto it, knocks it down, and the Cardinals will take over on down.
Clements was reading the eyes of the quarterback right at the snap, and he times it perfect, elevating and slapping that ball down. Great play by him. Big turnover on downs. Got to credit that Edie White defense to tighten up when they needed to.
Bit of life was pumped into the Jacks offense, just couldn't finish the deal. Now here we go again with the Cardinals. Option far side. Good pursuit by the Lumberjacks. They'll bring him down for a short game.
On the carry. Brought down by a host of
that was a better look. A host of Lumberjacks making a play out on the point.
From the Edie White.
And that we didn't see very much of that in the first half, when the Cardinals found out they could run that triple option, but it was a good job by the Lumberjacks on that pursuit, that play.
Second down, Sternfeld stumbles, able to pitch it. Gets it to Grow.
Number 27.
Grow takes it for a couple, set up third down and managed.
Good job by Kitchen right that time, coming up and playing the pitch man. Needs to be done a little bit quicker. You're hoping to make that hit at the line of scrimmage.
Bring up 3rd and 4 from the Edie White 29.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty. Stumbled out from center. And that play went downhill from there, so happy to get what they got. Third down and short. Rowe goes in motion, far side. They'll hand off to Diedrich. He's running hard. Looks like he'll get the line to gain. Be a first down, and this is what E.D. White's looking for. Now let's start moving the chains, working on the clock, shorten this game up, and go home with a victory.
Right, at this point, the E.D. White would love to get their backs against the wall right here. Patterson was deep in their territory, and they're on a mission to move the ball and get on the plus side of the field.
First down at 10. Sternfels keeps it himself. Nice move at the 40, 45, still on his feet. Here come the red jerseys. He does a smart thing and steps out of bounds. Damage already done. Sternfels has the first down and inside of Jack's territory.
There's another good read by Sternfeld over that left side. Pulled that ball. Picked up 19 yards on that play. Good read by him. Good read.
First down. Another little fake motion, try to get a little cheap 5 yards. Lumberjacks hold their water that time. And now E.D. White will call a timeout and talk about it. So a good drive so far, moving the chains and eating the clock. And that's exactly what E.D. White wants to do. As always, each and every week, we award a player of the game to the local ball club. In this case, it'll be a player from the Patterson Lumberjacks, the core physical therapy and sports performance player of the game. Of course, a couple weeks back, we had the Assumption E.D. White game, and in that particular case, Sternfels, a young quarterback, was awarded that award. And today, we're still kind of waiting, quarter and a half left to go, as somebody to rise their head up into that category.
Got to be thinking maybe Brooks on the interception in the first half. Davis with the big pass to Kalapau, or Kalapau with the big reception. So
next week we got Central Catholic. Been a while since we got a taste of watching the Eagles, and they'll take on Covenant Christian. Central Catholic on top of the Hanson Tigers tonight for their homecoming. William Gravois, the senior, off tackle.
Gravois on the carry.
And that's exactly what the offensive coaching staff's looking for, 4 yards on first down, can't complain.
Gain of about 4 yards. Bring up 2nd and 6 from the Lumberjack 45.
Typical wing T offense run by E.D. White. Takes a lot of years to perfect all the reads and the movement in that type of offense. A lot of these teams that play this in high school, they've played this type of offense in Pop Warner. They've played it in junior high. By the time they get to high school, they're well schooled in what they're doing, and it's a very, very successful offense. A lot of times, a team that runs this type of offense is maybe one that doesn't have a whole lot of talent. Well, E.D. White has a whole lot of both.
Second down, nose of the ball sits on the 45-yard line. 2:30 and counting here in the third quarter. Lumberjacks had their opportunities, got one called back, and then drove deep and just couldn't score. They still trail by 14. Now this big offensive line starting to wear down this Lumberjack defense.
Starting to take control. That time that ball was run by Dietrich. And Dietrich running hard right up the middle of the field. And Patterson not expecting it because they hadn't been running the dive. They hadn't been giving it to the fullback as much this half.
Sweep to the near side. Melanson has speed, crosses the 30, 25, and just steps out of bounds right there inside the 15. So he says, look, I got enough. I'm just going to dodge this big hit and set my team up.
And it's one of those situations now in the second half, I'm seeing some Lumberjacks with their hands on their hips. It's starting to look like a tired defense, and E.D. White's starting to take control offensively of this ball game. And they're in the core physical therapy red zone.
Option far side. Sternfeld sees an open, takes it himself, and just slides down after a good positive gain. And when you start looking at what E.D. White's doing right now, Lane, you look at that offensive line, and Riley Albert, Ethan Reynolds, Jacob Gwynn, Luke Diedrich, along with the big fella Matt Broussard, they're starting to dominate
Right,
at the line of scrimmage.
They're really starting to show what they can do, and they look like they're in great condition and everything, and moving the ball. So they're doing what they want to do.
Inside a minute here in the third. Cardinals driving, second down. Handoff up the gut, runs into a wall of Lumberjacks. Inch the ball a little closer, bring up third short.
Good job that time by Kitchen and others on that defensive line for the Lumberjacks to make that stop. That was a big stop for them, because if they can make another stop right here and get E.D. White in a fourth down situation and make a decision, that'll be a plus.
Let's just give it to Diedrich. Diedrich lumbers inside the 5.
And he's going to be close.
Aaron Artigo stands inside the end zone right there, and then you can start seeing this defensive front starting to wear down for the Lumberjacks.
Well, there's no doubt about that. I heard Lane make mention of the fact that you're starting to see some Lumberjacks with their hands on their hips. They are getting a little bit tired out there. Good offensive line for the Cardinals is eventually taking its toll against some Lumberjacks. And the Jacks defense have been on the field quite a bit here through the first 3 quarters of this football game.
Cardinals let the third quarter clock run out. They'll face first down and goal when we come back for the fourth quarter. This is high school football on KWBJ.
You're watching Friday Night Under the Lights, sponsored by A.J. Doman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, A.J. Doman Chevrolet, Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, Taco Bell, Guaranteed Title, Shaw Bills, Sheriff Blaze Smith, GJCurbside.com, Coastline Wealth Group, Conrad Shipyard, McDonald's, Stansbury and Associates, Pelican Companies of America, Allen's Communications.
We're back to Patterson High School, the place they call the Sugar Dome, a place where they say invented the Who Dat chant.
Absolutely. I'm 100% in support of that. I happen to be a freshman on that football team way back in 1979. I hate to tell you that. It's making me feel like a really old man, but way back in 1975, that chant started at a ball game against one of the teams that Patterson played. We played early. It was in October, and a group of guys in the stands started that chant, and it took off at that time. And I tell you what, through all the years, we've always maintained that, and we have pictures and evidence to prove it.
And now everybody in the country is claiming they started it. One thing we know about the Cardinals, they keep giving it to Diedrich, and he keeps plowing forward 2-3 yards at a time.
And I don't think you're going to see anything else. I think they're going to just keep on pounding it forward and try to get this ball in there and go up by 20 and 21 with the extra point and take command of this ball game. We've got a stoppage of play.
Yeah, got an injured Lumberjack in the end zone. Next week's game, Central Catholic, outstanding season, went down, beat a 5A McKinley Ball Club. Now they got Covenant Christian coming to town. Another one of them offenses, you know, they could throw it, they could run it, diverse. They got bigger fish to fry. They're looking to win their district, and they got some tough competition.
Central Catholic always has a strong football team, always playing well and everything, always a disciplined ball club and everything. We're looking forward to a great game next week.
You know, you talk about the Who Dat chant invented here. You know, we bring back the longtime employee Stacy Gravois, now married to Chris Gibson, living in North Carolina. She didn't even know what the dizzy bat was, so I kind of showed her. You put your head on the bat, you go around in a circle, and we could see what you do. And I think now she understands. She probably brought that to the Carolinas, showing them what the dizzy bat routine is. Second down and 1. Early flag. And a timeout for the Lumberjacks.
Timeout, Lumberjacks.
Look like the Lumberjacks wanted to make a personnel change.
Yeah, it's a crucial play right here. 14-0, you got the whole fourth quarter to go. That could be manageable. You give up 7 points here, it could be insurmountable.
Yeah, it did. So, I mean, look, you play hard every play. You're looking for something to happen. You're looking for a turnover. You're looking for anything.
Big crowd turned out for this, a game of two heavyweights. Edie White goes on the road and travel with a bunch of fans. Got a lot of players on the sideline, and they're looking to get out to a 21-0 lead here. Back to Diedrich in the end zone, touchdown.
And you could tell when Dietrich got that ball that time, he lunged over with the ball, wanting to make sure that he got in for that score. Big score for Edie White right there, giving them the 20-point lead over the Lumberjacks and pending the extra point.
Powell will put a foot into it. Good strong leg kicker right down the middle. And the extra point is good. 11:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. A 12-play, 79-yard drive by the Cardinals. They extend their lead, 21-0.
You're watching Friday Night Under the Lights, sponsored by A.J. Doman, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, A.J. Doman Chevrolet, Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, Taco Bell, Guaranteed Title, Shaw Bills, Sheriff Blaze Smith, GJCurbside.com, Coastline Wealth Group, Conrad Shipyard, McDonald's, Stansberry and Associates, Pelican Companies of America, Allen's Communications.
Leo kick it off for the Cardinals. Desperation time for the Lumberjacks. They trail 21-0, 11:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Good strong kick. It'll go off the back of the end zone. And while we have time, we got an explanation on the onside kick. We had a little confusion on to start the second half. Aaron Artigo has it for us. What you got for us, Aaron?
All right, guys, I spoke with the side judge, the one who threw the flag. Now, don't shoot the messenger here, because this is the way it was explained to me. He said it's a penalty, illegal touch. The ruling was an illegal touching. It was touched on the 49-yard line, and that's a penalty. But it's not a flag. That's why the flag was waved off. He said they marked off the 5-yard penalty. The ball was touched on the 49. They placed it on the 44. So it's a 5-yard penalty, but it's not a flag. And that was his explanation.
And because he's a referee, we'll go with it. First down and 10. Hilliard takes it off tackle. Runs in a wall.
Boy, I'm telling you what, Patterson, they had a hill to climb with down by 14, but now they got a mountain to climb by 14, and they really need to get something going and get it going quick.
Yeah, a couple spark plays to start off the second half. It couldn't convert them into points, and the penalty has really killed the Lumberjacks. stalled a few drives, took a touchdown away.
Yeah, you know, we saw the long pass to Kyler Paul early in the game, but we really haven't gone back to it and tested it out.
Cardinals rush 4. Another wheel pattern. Kitchen makes the catch at the 42. Good route and good ball placement. And a good open field tackle by Malonzo.
That's a good play right there by Kitchen, running a wheel route right there. Wide open on the left side. And I tell you what, all night long we've had receivers getting open for the Lumberjacks. But in the first half, Davis was having a hard time hitting his marks. But as of late, when he has thrown it, he has shown some success. So we'll see. They need to stay with it.
First down and 10, Jacks. Definitely need to get points here on this drive. They'll take a shot into single coverage. Looking for Paul and incomplete. Well covered by Lee. He was in Paul's back pocket.
Bring up second down and 10 from the Lumberjack 45-yard line.
Davis doing a sprint out pass over the right side, looking for Kyler Paul all the way. But like you say, Boo, he was well covered that time.
Yeah, Edie White has a lot of confidence in their skilled players. You know, they'll put them on that island, go one-on-one. And for the most part, they've held up. And Lee sits there and he trolls the middle. And he's a hard-hitting safety. Direct snap to Davis. Davis gets outside, slipping a couple of tackles, and he's punched out of bounds.
Number 12,
Close to first down yardage, maybe a yard or two short. Bring up a third down and manage it.
Picks up about 8 yards.
Not a bad pickup on that side. Got the boundary, good block that time. Carson Patty on a kick out for him to get to the outside and make a great pickup on second down.
Third down, back to Hilliard. Stutter steps, breaks free. Gets to the outside, crosses the 40 and a first down. Cardinals had him hemmed up at the line of scrimmage, but Hilliard able to skirt free for a first down.
Picks up about 10 yards on the play.
Hilliard's been spotty all night. You know, he'll get up into the line of scrimmage. It almost look like he's tiptoeing, but when he makes up his mind to give it the gas and go, I mean, he's on a mission to run somebody over. And so he picked up a big 11 yards right there for the Lumberjacks.
11 carries, 47 yards for Hilliard on the night. First down, they'll get it to him on the outside. And that's what they're trying to do, get him in the open field. He's got the moves, he's got the size, and now he's got a first down.
Gotta like what the Jacks are doing right now. They're getting the ball in the air. They're getting their receivers out in space. They're throwing it to different receivers. That's what they need to do. They put a little run player in there every now and then, mixing some things up.
Yeah, time is not on their side. Need to pick up the pace, play with a little sense of urgency. Down 21.
Taking an awful long time getting these plays in with 8 minutes left.
Another direct snap to Hilliard. Seen a Lumberjack offensive lineman with a handful of jersey. Referee looks the other way, but a good defensive stop for no gain and bring up second down.
Brought down by number 10.
Hilliard's a big kid. He looks more like a straight line runner. I think he prefers hitting the ball up in the line of scrimmage real quick. He hasn't been able to get the ball on the outside too much tonight.
Yeah, you look at these defensive backs, they're not going to get beat deep. They're backed off now, playing 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. second down, back to Davis. Davis bounces off the first tackler, and they'll get a penalty there. It's hard to hold off on that, but nevertheless, we see it each and every week, whether it's a Friday night, a Saturday night, or Sunday. They'll call that a late hit or unnecessary roughness.
Davis over the left side seems to come and gang tackle and goes down to the ground. And you think that's, you know, Cardinals just playing aggressive defense. Didn't look like it was anything really intentional.
Penalty be half the distance to the goal.
But it's a penalty all the same. And they'll mark it off against the Cardinals, and that's Patterson's back in the
Lumberjacks will play 1st and 10 from the
red zone.
11-yard line.
Yeah, core physical therapy red zone has not been kind to the Lumberjacks. Been there a few times, yet to get points, but looking to get something here inside of 7 minutes in the fourth quarter. Back to Hilliard. Good open field tackle, number 34.
Brought down by number 34.
J.J. Jones.
Loss of about 3 on the play.
Good aggressive play that time by Edie White coming up and make that play.
Yeah,
Bring up a loss on the play.
Hilliard outweighs Jones by a sack of potatoes, and Jones went up there and just dropped it.
Right.
Second down, the Cardinal defense making the Jacks earn every inch.
You think the Lumberjacks would take it to the air?
Throw it to the outside to Kitchen. There's the first tackle missed, second tackle missed, and finally bring him down at the 8-yard line. Bring up 3rd, 8. And one thing the Cardinal defensive staff likes right here is taking a long time for the Lumberjacks to get a play in and out, and they're eating a lot of time on this drive.
Yeah, they got to be happy with that clock running as much as it is, and it even makes it more of a urgent for the Lumberjacks to score right here.
Yep. So got room to give them a touchdown. Just make sure they burn up a lot of clock doing so. Mark Hilliard, your lone running back. Davis asks for the football. Throw a swing pass to Kitchen on the outside. Crosses the 5, and Lee finishes him off. And it'll bring up a crucial 4th down.
Again, good pursuit by the Cardinals. It looked for a minute that he was going to open it. He was going to make it to the point, but great pursuit by that Cardinal defense puts the Lumberjacks in this 4th down situation.
Our second look at Edie White and Ethan Lee.
This could be the game for the Lumberjacks.
25. He's a legitimate headhunter for this Cardinals defense. Fourth down, they'll throw it to the outside to Hilliard. He'll have to run for it. Gets chopped down by J.J. Jones, and the Cardinals will turn him over on down.
And that fires up that crowd over there on the Edie White sideline. They got to be real happy with the stance. This is the second big defensive stance that the Cardinals have made in this ball game with Patterson down inside the 5-yard line.
Aaron Orta goes down in the end zone, and this plays right into the hands of Edie White. A little bend but don't break defense, and they got a lot of time off the clock and able to get the ball back.
That's what they've been doing all night, Boo. And not only this is our second game with E.D. White. This is 4 minutes left in the second game, and they're yet to give up a point in either of these 2 football games. So excellent defense on their part.
Yeah, with this much field left and the type of offense they run, they could legitimately run the rest of the clock out. First down goes for 2. Again, Edie White distributing the ball to plenty playmakers. Everybody's getting a little touch of the football. You look at the Edie White defense and what they've done this year.
Look at the shutouts on the board. Right here, shutout Assumption, shutout South Lafourche, shutout Donaldsonville. really on a road. The only points that this defense had is 12 points that Ellender scored on them, and everything else. So that's what you're looking at. That's what you're looking at right here. So is a very, very stingy E.D. White Cardinal defense.
So this offense can play complementary football and move the sticks once, maybe twice at the most. They can drain the rest of the clock. So it's 3rd down and 3. They'll go option far side, pitch to Groh. Groh has it for a 1st down. He wants more. Crosses the 30, 35, at the 40, steps out of bounds, and that's a big play for the E.D. White Cardinals.
Good read by the quarterback. Good pitch by the quarterback. Going over on the left side. Get that ball up the field quick. .28 yards on the pickup that time for the Cardinals. 2:57 in the clock running.
Matchup of two powerhouses. E.D. White comes in with the 2nd seed and the power ratings, and only one place to go from there. That's all the way to the top.
Ball's out.
Pops right into Roy Jones's hands. And really the first mistake from the Cardinals tonight.
Recovered by number 14, Roy Jones. Lumberjacks take over.
Had a good run, but the Jacks do a good job of stripping it away.
47-yard line. How about that Lumberjack defense?
2:46 to go here in the 4th quarter, so a little bit of life for the Jacks.
Light's not totally out, but 2nd turnover for the Cardinals. 3rd. They also had the fumble. I forgot about that one.
And there you see the core physical therapy and sports performance player of the game. They leaned on him an awful lot today. Jeffrey Diedrich, the sophomore, the big fella up the middle, got all the dirty work done, and he was an integral part of moving the chains, and that's what this Cardinal offense is all about.
Diedrich did a great job tonight running the ball hard in the trenches, getting it done for E.D. White tonight.
16 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown on the night for Diedrich.
Davis' pass to number 3.
Davis looks for Paul on the outside.
Lumberjacks will play 2nd and 10
Incomplete.
from their own 48-yard line. Correction, 49-yard line.
Friday night under the lights. Season kind of went rapidly. We're starting to end the last few weeks of high school regular season. Both these teams look to punch their tickets to the playoffs and get some extended play.
And I tell you what, they're both capable of doing that. E.D. White's well on their way. Both of these teams top rated in the state. I think Patterson will be able to bounce back too. You know, they've been spotty at times, but I think, you know, they've been coming together as a team better and better each week. And they kind of just ran into a buzzsaw tonight with this E.D. White offense.
Paul takes the catch, runs down the field, and he's got one of his wide outs trying to help him out with a little too much of a handful. I'll call it a holding against the Jacks. So a few good plays tonight have been negated by penalties. That's one thing that the coaching staff could look to clean up next week.
Always looking for something to work on and everything. That definitely needs improvement. And when you're in district, you don't want to do anything to help your opponent out and put you at a disadvantage. And that's happened at times tonight for the Jacks, and they need to polish that up.
Back to pass, little hitch and go, nothing left. Now going right. Both receivers deep are double covered. Davis nowhere to go, and they'll take him down for a big loss.
Davis sacked on the play. Brought down by number 34.
You know, Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, one of our title sponsors, locations in Thibodaux and also Morgan City. And when Patterson got into that core physical therapy red zone, just wasn't able to do anything with it.
Right, and that's been the name of the game. I mean, E.D. White has been able to put pressure on Patterson and make those scores, and they've been few and far between for Patterson getting into that red zone, and just like you say, hasn't done anything with it when they got in there.
Third down, they'll set up a screen pass. Flag on the play. Hilliard wrapped up by Como again. He just can't break free.
Complete to number 41, Hilliard. There's a flag on the play.
Not sure what to call here. It's be tough to get a holding call on a screen pass when your linemen are trying to let your defensive lineman through.
Right.
So we'll wait and see what this call is.
Referee goes over and talks to the E.D. White coach and gives him an explanation. Holding the call against the Lumberjacks. And an ineligible receiver downfield is going to be declined. So they're going to take the holding call and decline the ineligible.
.109 left on the clock here from Patterson High School. You know, the way I look at E.D. White, I don't look at him as a shiny Corvette going down the road. I look at him as old rusty 57 Chevy. Nothing flamboyant, but boy, they know how to play fundamental football, and it paid the price here tonight. Swing to the outside to Brooks. Takes it back up the field, but down and distance is not on their side right here. It'll bring up fourth down.
Pickup is about 8 on the play. Bring up 4th and long.
They'll need to get 23 yards for a first down. We're inside the 40 seconds, so.
Look like we might have one more play of the ball game.
Yeah, Jacks look like they're in no hurry to run that play. They may just let the clock run down to 0. Inside 20. Fourth down, this should be the final play of the game. Snap goes back to Davis. Throws it to the outside. As Cameron Davis, he steps out of bounds with 1.7 on the clock. So that'll leave.
For the first down.
That won't be enough for a first down. E.D. White will have to come out and kneel on it once to exhaust the rest of the clock. They're already shaking hands, and E.D. White's trying to get this last snap off. Sternfels takes the snap, puts a knee down, and the final seconds run off the clock. So E.D. White comes to Patterson, and will go home with a 21-0 victory over the Patterson Lumberjacks. We'll be back to wrap this up in the ATVCI.net postgame show right after this.
You're watching Friday Night Under the Lights, sponsored by A.J. Doman, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Discover the difference at the foot of the Morgan City Bridge in Berwick. A.J. Doman Chevrolet, the dealership that works for you. Stop by for a test drive. Highway 182 in Berwick. Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, here to restore the quality of life you deserve. Brashear Avenue in Morgan City. Cardiovascular Institute of the South, 1231 David Drive in Morgan City. Commitment to quality cardiovascular care through unparalleled expertise. Taco Bell, Visit your local Morgan City or Bayou Vista restaurants, and delivery now available with DoorDash. Taco Bell invites you to live Moss. Guaranteed Title. Tell your home lender you want guaranteed title for your closing. When making the biggest purchase of your life, experience matters. Shawbills, proud supporter of local high schools in St. Mary and surrounding areas. We keep you rolling. Sheriff Blaze Smith, committed to maintaining excellence in law enforcement through courtesy, professionalism, honor, and respect. GJCurbside.com, your complete online grocery store, including local and regional products. From our curb to yours, GJ Curbside. Coastline Wealth Group, more than financial planning, a partner who takes pride in helping you succeed. Coastline Wealth Group, life well planned. Conrad Shipyard, serving St. Mary Parish and the marine industry since 1948. Conrad wishes all our area teams good luck this season. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Visit one of our locations in Bayou Vista, Morgan City, and Amelia today. Stansbury and Associates, marine surveyors and consultants, offering a full range of services for recreational, commercial, and fishing vessels. Pelican Companies of America, your one-stop spot for all your rental needs. 985-312-5509. Vita Paint and Supply, specializing in interior and exterior house paint with great customer service. Allen's Communications, locally owned TV, cable, internet, and telephone service. Call 384-8335.
Welcome back to the ATVCI.net post-game show. Booger Zaffrey alongside Lane LaRive, and Lane coming in, a battle of two heavyweights. Edie White comes in, plays fundamental football. Lumberjacks had their opportunities, but just couldn't do it. 21-0 our final score.
Yeah, Patterson wasn't able to capitalize on the few opportunities they had. And Edie White just came in and does what they normally do. You know, they do their thing and everything, and they're real good at it. On the stats tonight, on the Edie White side, you can see these stats are pretty balanced and everything, but things went the Cardinals' way. Cardinals had 12 first downs, 230 yards rushing, no passing yards. So they had 230 yards of offense with 3 turnovers, 7 points off of turnovers, 3 penalties for 30 yards. On the Lumberjack side, 10 first downs, 86 yards rushing, 132 yards passing for a total of 218 with 2 turnovers and 10 penalties for 85 yards. That was a big one for the Lumberjacks.
Aaron Auto goes down on the sideline. He was right in between the big fellas up front, from guard to tackles, both sides of the field. That's where the game was won.
Without a doubt, Boo, as always, the team that controls the line of scrimmage generally is going to win the ball game. That's exactly what happened here tonight. Les Miles would have been super proud of that Cardinal football team. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. They ran the ball like they wanted to. They put points up on the board, played solid defense, as y'all mentioned. They've got a long list of shutouts this season, as tonight was one of them. But good football game, entertaining football game. Even though the score might seem a little bit lopsided, the football game was much more entertaining and closer than the final score might indicate.
Yeah,
you got to say congratulations to Dietrich, too. His great play.
Well, he's the core physical therapy player of the game. You know, you look at this Edie White defense, they had a stellar game today, but 16 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown for Dietrich, and he gets the core physical therapy player of the game. Next week, Central Catholic. It's been since early in the season. We got to look at them. They're going against Covenant Christian, and it should be a well of a ball game.
Setting up to be a great game. We're looking forward to it next week and everything. Hopefully we have a little cooler weather. We didn't miss the cool weather by much this Friday, but hopefully next Friday we'll have even a little bit cooler weather.
Yeah, it's actually going to be on Thursday night. It'll be a Thursday night special here on KWBJ. So for Lane LaRive, Aaron Artigo, Bill McCarty, I'm Booger Zaffrey. Those of you watching tonight, those of you watching the replay, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching Friday Night Under the Lights, sponsored by A.J. Doman, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Discover the difference at the foot of the Morgan City Bridge in Berwick. A.J. Doman Chevrolet, the dealership that works for you. Stop by for a test drive. Highway 182 in Berwick. Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, here to restore the quality of life you deserve. Brashear Avenue in Morgan City. Cardiovascular Institute of the South, 1231 David Drive in Morgan City. Commitment to quality cardiovascular care through unparalleled expertise. Taco Bell. Visit your local Morgan City or Bayou Vista restaurants, and delivery now available with DoorDash. Taco Bell invites you to live Moss. Guaranteed Title. Tell your home lender you want guaranteed title for your closing. When making the biggest purchase of your life, experience matters. Shawbills, proud supporter of local high schools in St. Mary and surrounding areas. We keep you rolling. Sheriff Blaze Smith, committed to maintaining excellence in law enforcement through courtesy, professionalism, honor, and respect. GJCurbside.com, your complete online grocery store, including local and regional products. From our curb to yours, GJ Curbside. Coastline Wealth Group, more than financial planning, a partner who takes pride in helping you succeed. Coastline Wealth Group, life well planned. Conrad Shipyard, serving St. Mary Parish and the marine industry since 1948. Conrad wishes all our area teams good luck this season. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Visit one of our locations in Bayou Vista, Morgan City, and Amelia today. Stansbury and Associates, marine surveyors and consultants, offering a full range of services for recreational, commercial, and fishing vessels. Pelican Companies of America, your one-stop spot for all your rental needs. 985-312-5509. Vita Paint and Supply, specializing in interior and exterior house paint with great customer service. Allen's Communications, locally owned TV, cable, internet, and telephone service. Call 384-8335.